she's so fine. Hell of a ride, blows my mind. Hell of a ride, lights my day.
What's good, guys? This story came out today. It's coming from La Plaza, Louisiana, and I want to thank Marie722 for sending it to me. 9 children shot at Louisiana birthday party, 2 still hospitalized with wounds to the head and stomach. That's a picture from the scene of where everything happened. A shooting at a 12-year-old's birthday party in La Plaza, Louisiana has left 9 children injured, including 1 teenage boy who suffered a gunshot wound to the head, according to authorities. The violent incident occurred on Saturday night after verbal confrontations broke out during a birthday party on the 600 block of Gulfview Drive, the St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff's Office said in a news release. Upon arrival on scene, officers discovered that 9 children were injured in the shooting. All but one of the victims were male, according to police. Those who were injured include a 17-year-old shot in the arm, a 16-year-old grazed in the ribs, a 15-year-old grazed to the ankle, a 15-year-old shot in the foot, a 14-year-old shot in the leg, a 13-year-old shot in the leg, and a 12-year-old shot in both legs. As of Monday, 7 of the victims have been treated at local hospitals and released, according to the sheriff's office. A 16-year-old who was shot in the stomach and a 14-year-old with a gunshot wound to the head remain hospitalized in stable condition. The sheriff's office believed more than 60 people were at the birthday party when 2 groups with an ongoing feud met up at the house, began arguing, and gunfire broke out. Investigators have determined that 2 guns were fired in the incident, though no arrests have been made. Despite the large number of attendees at the party, St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff Mike Triggery said on Monday that no witnesses have come forward with information regarding the shooting. Not one person has given a formal statement, Triggery said in a statement. I am asking witnesses to come forward with information to help us learn more about what happened. Authorities are asking those with information to call the St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff's Office tips line at 985-359-TIPS. Juvenile Detective Ann Taylor at 985-359-8765. Or Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. Callers do not have to give their name or testify to be eligible for a reward of up to $2,500 from Crime Stoppers. Let's cut to the video now.
Kind of hard for me to believe because, you know, you don't want to believe that it's kids, anybody, but kids, you don't want to believe that.
A terrifying crime in La Plaza. 6 people were shot last night at a child's birthday party. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta. Deputies in St. John Parish say the shooting happened around 8:30 last night at a party for a 12-year-old. No one has been arrested, and one neighbor tells us at least some of the victims are children. Paul Dudley has more.
A normally quiet neighborhood in La Plaza turned into the site of a tragedy Saturday after 6 people were shot during a 12-year-old's birthday party. Richard Bolden lives 2 doors down from where the gunfire erupted around 8:30. He says all of the victims were children.
Everybody I seen go to the ambulance or get in the ambulance, they were all kids.
The St. John Parish Sheriff's Office says it all happened here on the 600 block of South Gulfview Drive when a verbal fight turned into gunfire.
Looked out my window, I seen a whole bunch of people scurrying, so I came outside. When I came outside, I was asking the kids, is everything okay? Is everything okay? And they were, no, somebody just got shot. They landed on the ground.
They weren't the only victim. In total, 6 were injured. Bolden thinks the shooter was a kid, too. He's still in shock by the whole thing.
The party looked like it was going on in the garage. For somebody to come and just shoot in the garage full of kids, that's kind of heartless. And you want to call it heartless, but it's kids doing it. Kids, they're not old enough to know what heartless is.
The St. John Parish Sheriff's Office was called to the scene, but by that time the gunman was already gone, and at this point, no arrests have been made. As the search continues for who shot up this usually peaceful neighborhood, Bolden is just glad everyone is still alive.
Most of the injuries were not life-threatening, but I know 2 or 3 people did leave here on the stretcher. But I think everybody made it to this point. Thank God for that.
In LaPlace, Paul Dudley, Eyewitness News.
The sheriff's office says no one was killed, but has not said how old these victims are or how badly they were hurt. If you know any information about the shooting, you should call police.
I guess that's where part of my frustration lies, is when you have an incident like this right here and no one steps forward to say anything about anything. You must assume that there was an adult somewhere around in the picture. Now, I know I can only speak for myself because I'm not everyone else, but if that had been my son's birthday party and it had happened in the garage, on my property, I would have asked my son every single thing and he would have told me, because it would have been serious business. And he would have told me everything that happened, and I would have then relayed that information onto authorities, because now, even if it was a child that fired the shots in the garage or what have you, now there's still a juvenile or someone wandering around with a firearm. They say 2 firearms were used, so essentially you did nothing. And see, me and my son wouldn't get down like that, you dig? We couldn't do that. So that's where I get frustrated with these situations where no one steps forward and wants to be accountable for anything. So I'm going to end the story on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.